Welcome to episode 295 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Sunday, people. You know it is. It is Sunday, the 18th of June, 2023. I am here at Briggs Towers in sweltering conditions again, people. Holy fucking shit. The last fucking week has been beautiful. Beautiful. It's a little bit clammy today. It's a little bit muggy. Yeah? If you want a weather update here at Briggs Towers, it's a little bit muggy. It needs a good fucking thunderstorm just to clear it out. You know what I mean? Just to clear away this. I'm fucking sitting here sweltering in an England top, looking very thuggish. Even if I do say so myself. I look as though I voted for Brexit today. That's how I've dressed. I've dressed as a Brexit voter. Today, someone who's going to smash up a few cars because the England team has lost, even though they didn't. But there you go. You know, I get carried away sometimes as an England supporter. What do you expect, mate? Yeah. What do you fucking expect, mate? Yeah. You expect your streets not to be strewn with rubbish and rubble? Yeah, after an England fan walks down it, fuck you. Anyway, I've got this top on because basically it's the only top I have clean. It's been a very busy week, and in sweltering conditions, the old footy tops, ideal. I know you may not want to look like a thug, but the old footy tops are ideal in keeping cool, aren't they? They got that material that is apparently it's meant to take the sweat away, wick it away from your body. I don't know. It just seems to be still hanging under my armpits and on my back. I've got to. That's how well the gym's going. I've still got a sweaty back. I've never had a sweaty back before. I seem to be putting on weight around my midriff. Anyway, what do you expect? It's fucking middle-aged spread. That's it, isn't it? Anyway, making my belly button look angrier and angrier every day. It's getting more fucking severe, the tightness of my belly button. Anyway, let's not go on about my body. I'm not just a piece of meat, people. Yeah, I've got stuff to say. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to all you gentlemen out there who have fucking procreated. You got a little swimmer away, didn't you? That's it. You got a little swimmer away. You got somebody pregnant. Didn't you? You've had that baby. You're either with that person again still, or you're not, are you? You either made a mistake, didn't you? Hey, my kids are not a mistake, Ben. They're not a mistake, yeah. I know. It's all difficult. So I've been reading the posts. I'm going to have some water. I am glowing today on camera here. I'm going to have some water. So it's Father's Day today. My own relationship with my own father is somewhat difficult, shall we say? Really, Ben? Who'd have thought that? Yeah. It's not the greatest. So I haven't. There's no contact. So anyway, let's skip that for another time, shall we? Nobody needs to hear that. If you have a nice relationship with your father, happy Father's Day. If you don't, and you resent this day, and you resent your father, then, have a happy time resenting them. Sometimes that can be nice, can't it? Get it out. Don't just bury it all down. Let those emotions out, people. Although I'll be burying mine down. That's what I do. That's what we do. Here at Briggs Towers, we just bury it all down. But it's Father's Day, so I've been watching. I've been watching social media like a fucking hawk all day today, people. Just watching the posts coming in and that sort of thing. There's some genuinely lovely posts that people have posted up about their fathers. That's very nice. There's some people trying to get a little bit more out of it, isn't there? Here's to all the fathers who stay by their kids and do everything for them and bring them up on their own. Okay, we know you're a fucking good person, yeah? We fucking know you mean you, yeah? You're trying to give yourself a self-congratulatory fucking pat on the back. Just do your fucking job and shut up. That's it, yeah? You fucked them. You don't have to be patted on the back all the time, or do you? Is that it? Surely, people posting up. I hate to get all Chris Rock on this, with his bit of material about black people and, I'm not going to say that word, the difference between, the word I mean. But, like people saying, about their kids and fucking, like, I've always looked after my kids. And you're fucking supposed to do that. That's it, isn't it? That's like tick box one of being a dad, surely. Look after your kids, you fucking speak to them, you're open with them, you don't fucking blank them for no reason. You don't just go off on them. Don't start fucking hitting them, shit like that, yeah? Jesus. Here we go. It's all coming out now. It's all coming out, innit? Holy shit. It's been interesting watching some of the posts, like, it's genuinely, I genuinely, like, it's nice to read that people have a nice relationship with their father. It must, I imagine it's wonderful. I imagine it's nice. I've got my mum. I've got my mum and I. That's it. That's what you need, innit? Every boy needs his mum, don't they? I'm a fucking mummy's boy and I'm fucking proud of it. All right? Yeah, shoot me on that. I'm a complete fucking mummy's boy. So yeah, that's been Father's Day today. I don't think I'll ever get to that stage, people, you know what I mean? I don't see kids in my future. Not in any respect. Dear, unlike some comedians, holy fucking shit, here we go. I don't see the thing about me and having kids, right? It's a lot of responsibility, right? I have got used to a routine now of having a nice little kip in the afternoon, not really thinking of anybody else. I feel sorry for my mum when she comes around here and she's just bombarded. Ask me, how's your week been? And she's just bombarded with me, narcissistically, just like jabbering on about everything I've fucking done all week. Like it needs to be written down, you know what I mean, and chronicled. Just forget everything I ever say when you come round, Mum. My mum comes round, and then I end up, like, about half an hour after she's left, I end up sending her a text message saying, sorry, I bored the shit out of you. That's it. That's what I do. I just offload shit. God knows what it was this week. But I definitely offloaded a load of shit on Friday. There you go. It's like a personal therapy session. She even sits in the leather chair here. Like that. Just, she might as well be sitting there with a fucking notepad and a pen. Taking notes. Anyway, come on. That's too much self-awareness for this episode, isn't it? Come on, calm down, Ben. The heat's getting to me. I had a fucking lovely swim this morning, I tell you. I've started to hate people with no self-awareness, like in the swimming pool. This is it. I'm a grizzled veteran now of swimming. I know the people I like to share a fucking lane with. There's certain people who I don't want to share a lane with. There's the fucking fast swimmers, isn't there? Like the fucking Michael Phelps is in the fast lane. I go in the middle lane, don't I? I treat it like a fucking motorway. Cruising in the fucking middle lane. I don't give a shit if anybody takes me in the slow lane or whatever. Hey, Ben, you're not allowed to do that these days. Well, yeah, you try catching me. Yeah, you try catching me on that fucking motorway. I do hate the people who do that on the motorway as well, just cruise down the middle, and I make a point of undertaking them. I still don't know whether that's legal or illegal to undertake people, but it's just a fuck you like that, isn't it? To say, just get over. You're cruising. There's 3 lanes: slow lane, middle lane, fast lane, right? If you're too much of a pussy to be in the fast lane, yeah, don't just cruise along at 50, 55 miles an hour. In the middle lane, yeah, get over to the slow lane. You're down there. Know your fucking place. You're there with the lorries and the doddery old people. Yeah, that's. That's where you need to be. Don't hold me up in the middle lane. The middle lane's my favourite lane. Like that, you get to overtake the lorries. You can nip in every now and again. You don't have to if nobody's behind you. You can just cruise down there, but not at 55. You know, that ought to be an arrestable offence. I don't know if it is. I don't know. I don't read the highway code. Who does that? Once you pass your test, does anybody? All these updates come out on the highway code, don't they? Oh, this could change your, the way you drive. There's all these things, articles on the internet, which is just clickbait to get you, out of fear that you're going to be arrested for something you do. I have no fucking idea what half of the fucking road signs mean. I have no idea. I know give way. I know one-way streets. I know those. I know the speed limit ones. I know all that shit, but everything else, I haven't got a fucking clue. It was ages ago. When I passed my test, I was 17. That's 29 years. That's nearly 30 years ago. How the fuck am I meant to remember that when I have no idea about what I did last week? I should have had a podcast then to remind me. Yeah, I have no idea. I bet I wouldn't pass a driving test now with the fucking written test that they have to do these days. I bet I wouldn't pass that, especially the hazard perception. Actually, hazard perception, I might be okay because I haven't had a crash while sober. Come on, let's not get into that story. I haven't had a crash while sober my whole fucking life. So I'm doing something right. Touch wood, touch MDF. I don't know. I don't want to tempt fate here, people. It may happen sooner or later. But I haven't had a crash while sober yet. So, I shouldn't really need to make that, that distinction, should I? It should just be, I haven't had a crash yet. And I've been tuning in my stereo and stuff like that. Looking down, typing in stuff into the sat nav. Somebody stops in front of you, boom. I'm there. Stop right behind them. Anyway, we're getting off track here, people. We're getting off track, aren't we? I have just come. It is, by the way, like about 11:30 at night. I have no idea. I've got back from a gig. I've just got back from a gig in Corby. Holy fucking shit. Here we go. Corby, renowned. I'll give you a little bit of information about Corby. Essentially, Corby is in Northamptonshire, right? I think it's like Northamptonshire or something. I don't know. I follow this fucking sat nav. It fucking takes me there. I haven't really been over to Corby for years. I used to play football for a local side in Northampton. We used to play a team from Corby like twice a year. It was always fucking hassle. Corby is in Northampton, right? But it has, in the middle of Northamptonshire, which is the Midlands in England, right? For anyone who doesn't know this, right? Have I pinpointed it enough? Just fucking Google it, right? In the middle of Northamptonshire, there is a place where everybody has got a Scottish accent. Now, we're like, I don't know, 400 miles away from fucking Scotland or whatever. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't done the maths. But in the 70s, I think it was in the 60s and 70s, the steelworks opened in Corby. Loads of people came down from Glasgow, populated Corby, and now everybody in Corby has a Glaswegian sort of like lilt or tint to their accent, which is fucking bizarre. You've got people who are genuinely from Glasgow who moved down, and then obviously their families and that. And there was such an influx of people that everybody there speaks with a Scottish accent. I'm fucking shit with accents, so I can't understand anybody. I used to play football, as I say. It's a fucking rough town, Corby. It's fucking rough. You know what I mean? I used to play football. We always used to play teams over in Corby, and it was always a fucking nightmare. There was hassle. There was fucking fights. It was a fucking rough game. You'd see it in the diary, and you'd just go, oh, fucking hell, I'm going to get kicked all over the fucking park. Lovely. So, the gig last night was New Material Night in Corby. I get to Corby. I drive over to Corby. It's only about half an hour for me. Right, we get there. I get there. I say we. I mean the royal we. Me and my persona as Ben Briggs on stage. We get there. I like that. It makes me sound like fucking Eminem. I like that. Yeah, so we get over to Corby. I pull up. I see I pull into the area. The area we drive. Me and Ben Briggs, the persona of Ben Briggs. I'm fucking loving this. That's how fucking narcissistic and up my own ass I am. I'm really enjoying this. I get the initial area into Corby is quite nice. It's like a new estate or whatever. And then we get into this old estate and it's a fucking shithole. An absolute fucking shithole. I drive past these flats. There's a fucking tree outside. Somebody's hung a tyre and a fucking rope around a tree. I don't know. You know, like something you'd see in a fucking orangutan enclosure. At a zoo. Somebody has tied a fucking rope and it's hanging from a tree. There's nobody on it. You know, I imagine that's that's the main gathering point for the children of the area. There's a little tiny shopping precinct. There's kids hanging outside. They're shouting. Of course they're shouting. I don't know what they're shouting about, but they're just fucking shouting, being loud and that. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. I pull into the car park. The car park of the pub. It's in an estate pub, which anybody in England will know. Oh, it should ring alarm bells immediately. I drank in estate pubs, right? I would not want to do a gig in a fucking estate pub. That's for sure. It's not set up for it. Everybody knows each other. It's essentially like walking into a fucking family gathering of fucking morons. Not that I'm being nasty here. The pub itself, to be fair, now I will give it one bit of credit. The pub itself is actually quite nice. I walked in, like from the outside, it just looks like not any normal estate pub. Inside, it's actually fucking nice. They've obviously had a little bit of a revamp. It doesn't fit with the setting outside the pub, that's for sure. For sure. So, like it's got a nice bathroom, nice toilets, nice fucking, tiles in there. It looks smart. It looks clean. I go into the function room. There's the bar in the function room. That was always a thing with estate pubs, what they used to have. There must have been some sort of fucking blueprint that everybody used for fucking estate pubs, like in the 70s or the 60s or whenever the hell they were built, because this place looked exactly like the set out that I used to drink in when I was a kid, when I was younger. Early 20s, that sort of thing, and probably up till about like mid 20s, late 20s. I don't know, man. I've waited a lot of my life. I don't. Dear. But you'd usually have the standard for any like pub, estate pub is you'd have a bar room, and then you'd have the lounge. So the bar is where all the lads went in, all the young lads, all the rowdies. The lounge is where the fucking older folks used to sit having a drink with fucking Doris. You know what I mean? And they'd split the two up. And then the bar would run either side. So you'd have half the bar in the bar bit, and then the other half of the bar, there'd be a serving bit in the lounge. And this is exactly how it was set up. And it was in the lounge bit, right? It's not the bar bit, it's the lounge bit. I walk in, there's about 10 people sitting down. They're fucking loud as fuck. And I just go, oh, man. I ain't getting any new material out tonight, that's for sure. That is for sure. I meet the guy who runs it, who's a lovely bloke. He's a nice bloke. He's putting on a lot of gigs around Northampton. It's good. It's nice. I took this gig because it's close to home, and I thought I can just run out 10 minutes of new material. That's it, right? Compare goes on. Who's the guy running it? Ian. And he's just fucking battering, like left, right, and centre, just battering away, just like heckles and fucking people chipping in and shit like that, and conversations breaking out between these 10 people. They're all sitting around in front. There's a couple of old boys to the right hand side. They're just dazed and confused. Um, they don't even know a comedy night started in front of them. They're still trying to fucking strike in the 1970s. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, they're still annoyed at Margaret Thatcher for fucking taking their milk. I don't know. The guy's in their fucking 60s, like just sitting down there. So they've got no idea. I had to have some water there. They've got no idea what the fuck is going on. There's one woman who's got her back to the stage. She refuses to engage. She looks angry. I don't know. It's Father's Day. I'm assuming, when somebody goes quiet and they want a little bit of attention because something bad's happened to them, right? She looked like that sort of woman. You know what I mean? We all know these people, don't we? When they go all quiet and serious, like on particular days, because somebody in their family's died and they're thinking of them and they have to fucking let you know by being fucking weird and quiet, don't they? They can't just suck it up, can they? Yeah, everybody's lost people, sweetheart, yeah? But they have to, make a big fucking thing about it. And they make it about fucking them. It's not about, the person who's died. It's about them and how much attention they got. So, obviously, this woman's lost her dad or something like that. I don't know. She's got back to the stage. There's the fucking biggest geezer in the world I've seen sitting next to her. He looks a fucking tasty fucker. I imagine that's his missus. He's been fucking putting up with that shit all day. She's being funny. She's walking around as if she's, just seen a massacre or something like that. I don't know. But she's in a shell, She wants everybody to know that she's fucking upset. Whether she's upset about the comedy night or not, I have no idea. Hey, how can you have a comedy night on Father's Day when my dad's dead? I don't know, sweetheart. I don't know. I didn't. I just booked in for the gig. I didn't even realise it was Father's Day. I don't take too much notice, but that's a different thing, sweetheart. Start going into shit I've got going on with my dad. Yeah. Yours is dead. You've got to weigh easy. Mine's still going. Anyway. Let's have a moment's silence there for that. Anyway. So I'm first on. So I'm watching all this shit fucking unfold in front of me, and I'm just thinking, all I want to do is try out two little bits. That's all I've got. They're about 3 minutes each. That's all I want to do. About 3 minutes each. That's 6 minutes, 4 minutes. I don't mind if it goes off track a little bit for 4 minutes. I just want to get these bits out, see if they're funny. I get up, I get introduced. There's a pitiful amount of applause. As I go to the stage, the other acts are at the back. Everybody's going, oh, fucking hell, this is going to be a fucking nightmare, right? I get on stage, I say hello, that sort of thing, and then I'm just about to go into material and somebody pipes up about something. I don't know. And then somebody else pipes up and somebody else pipes up, and I'm just playing whack-a-mole at that point. Then I calm that down and I think, right, that's about a minute and a half gone. We've still got a chance here, Benny boy. We can still get this new material out. And that was my mistake, people. Having hope at that gig was my mistake. I just about to go into the stuff. I just do the first line of it. And then some woman pops up at the back and goes, I'm gay. I'm a lesbian. Thank you for that, sweetheart. Thank you for that information. This is a woman who has, a haircut like a fucking 12-year-old boy, and the most manly tattoos I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, really? That's really? You have to advertise that fact? You've got a 12-year-old fucking boy's haircut. Fucking the manliest tattoos I've ever seen. I mean, admittedly, you do have a black T-shirt on, but what is it? All the check shirts are in the wash. So, it's safe to say it's at that point I gave up all hope with the gig. I just shelved the material that I was going to try and just took my frustrations out on the rest of the audience, and in particular this lesbian woman. By the way, that is not a cliche. I'd just like to say I have first-hand evidence that a lot of lesbian people, as particularly in the 80s and 80s when I was growing up, used to wear check shirts because I grew up next to two lesbians who had check shirts. So now that is my barometer for lesbianism out there. I mean, I know not all. I'm not saying all, right? I haven't got anything against lesbians. They're fair enough. I haven't got anything against anybody, to be honest. As long as they don't fucking pipe up when I'm trying out new material. Yeah, that is my barometer for acceptance in people and whether I have any bigotry towards them. I don't give a fuck if you're fucking gay, straight, pansexual, lesbian, transgender, fucking white, black, Asian. I don't give a shit of any of that as long as you listen to my new material. And then if you don't, I will be bigoted towards you, but not really bringing up any of those things because I don't want to alienate the rest of the audience. I'll be bigoted to you about how much of a fucking dick you are for talking over some new stuff when I travel 40 minutes, half an hour to try out new stuff. I swear to God, that's the most frustrating thing. You're all excited about trying out new stuff, and all you want to do is get through it and see if it's funny, and then they just won't allow you to do it because they think, they've all paid £7 a ticket to be there as well. I mean, it's not a vast amount of money, but it's quite a bit of money for a new material night, being as it's meant to be new material, Usually, I can see why people do that because it makes it more of an event and makes people want to, actually, if they do buy a ticket, they'll go rather than saying they'll go if it's free and then it's raining outside and they can't be asked. So, yeah, I do get that with the investment, but fuck me. But yeah, it was 10 minutes wasted on stage. And then when I come off, because I've done all right just pissing about with them on stage and that, there's about 3 people came up to me and asked and said, "Oh, you ought to go on like later, and we'll listen to you. We'll listen to your new stuff and that." Now the whole night is planned out. It's 10 minutes. I had 10 minutes to do it. You didn't allow me to do it. I'm not going to go on again. When do you want me to go? Like, there's a guy, closing doing 20 minutes. Do you want me to go on after him? Do you want me to stay right up until the end and you're just going to do the same thing again? You fucking motherfuckers. Sometimes you just got to draw a line under it, man. Draw an absolute fucking line under it. And, yeah. So that was my evening this evening, people. That's it. I've had a couple of nice gigs this week. I did an outside gig in Northampton for... I know this podcast seems like gig update at the minute, but like fucking, there we go. I love doing an outside gig if it's fun, in the sun. I actually quite like it. It's had a festival feel to it. It was in Northampton. It was a place called the Queen Adelaide. That's it. For the Comedy Crate Boys. And... there's something nice about gigging outside. There's always sitting in a pub garden is fucking lovely. If you can find a nice pub with a nice pub garden, there's one here, right? Which is in Dustin, which is just up the road from me. It's called the Melbourne, right? It's a fucking lovely little pub. I love it. The pub garden is across the road. I think I said this last time. It's possibly on the last podcast. I don't know. But I cannot stress enough how much I fucking love sitting in a pub garden. I don't know if I've made that clear. Have I? I fucking love it. Yeah, anyway. So I've got a bit of free time coming up soon. So I'm going to make the most of the weather, I think. Hopefully it'll hold out a little bit. I am fucking greasy as fuck sitting here. These lights in here as well are fucking warm. I only just realised how warm they are. But anyway, that's that. So that's been my evening this evening. I'm sorry I haven't really updated you of anything else. It looks like these podcasts are going to be half an hour. I like doing half an hour, by the way. And then just like updating you of shit and stuff like that. I don't know. To all the dads out there, well done. To all the dads who don't judge their children, don't hold resentment towards them, and actually take an interest in what they do. Bravo to you. To those who don't, go fuck yourselves. There you go. Oh, I've been waiting 46 years to say that. Here we go. It's all kicking off. I feel cleansed, people. Cleansed. Get it out, Ben. Don't bury that. It's like a maggot, Ben. It'll eat you from the inside. That's what they say, isn't it? It's like a maggot. It'll eat you from the inside. You need to let it out. Okay. With a fucking knife. I don't know. Anyway, people, what better way than brutally murdering bad dads? What better way to end this podcast? I'm gonna have to have a fucking cold shower or something like that. It is now gone midnight. I'm gonna have to have a cold shower, gone midnight, and then get straight into bed. I fucking love that, by the way. Fresh sheets I put on today. What luxury I have for me this evening, people. Fresh sheets, shower before I get in bed. Lush. Anyway, I'll be back next fucking Sunday. I had other things I was going to talk about, but we got a bit sidetracked there with resentment, didn't we? That's it. I can only be honest, can't I? You know what I mean? Everybody's pretending Father's Day is a fucking great day. People are mourning their dads, you know. People are, trying to say that they're great dads. They're trying to, say that their dad is the greatest dad. And good for all of you people out there. But you can only be honest with the relationship you have. Sometimes you've got to cut off the dead wood, haven't you? And everything seems a little bit better after that. Anyway, come on now. Let's end on a high note. You motherfuckers out there, you have a fucking good week. I dare you. I dare you to have a good week out there. Enjoy the fucking weather if you're from the UK. It looks like it's going to be a fucking another hot one this time next week. It's meant to be 28. Oh, that is foreskin burning weather through fucking jeans, that is. I shall be back next Sunday. Have a good rest of your week. It's week now, isn't it? It's fucking Monday now. Jesus. Just snuck into Monday. I'll speak to you next Sunday. Take care.